French Red games are known for their wacky and insanely large hitboxes. But let's talk about the character that absolutely embodies this the best out of all French Bred characters. Full Moon Archetype Earth, or as the community refers to her as Hime, is an absolute menace. And personally, one of my least favorite top tiers to play against, but I'm going to try to leave my personal bias out of this video. Maybe I won't, but we'll see. Hime absolutely dominates the neutral game. Almost full screen pokes without meter and true full screen pokes when she does have the meter. She's very versatile in her playstyle, being able to jump between zoning and footsies at will, giving her the answers to any problem her opponent is presenting. The devs intended on balancing this by making her moves pretty slow, making her open to counter hits and giving her an extremely small health pool, making each hit she takes much more damaging. Her slow, floaty aerial movement makes it difficult to jump out of pressure as well. But if these weaknesses held her back, I wouldn't be making this video. For some reason, they gave her an insanely good DP and a good shield counter, meaning the previously mentioned weaknesses are not as much of a hindrance as the devs intended. Before we get into the deep breakdown, if you like the content, please like and subscribe, and let me know what other top tiers or broken fighting games you want me to cover. If you're interested in learning Melty Blood, I'll link the game's competitive wiki in the description, which will have all the information you need to get started. Alright, let's get back to Hime. Hime's neutral is interesting. She plays like a zoner, trying to stay outside her opponent's effective range, but instead of sitting back with her projectile, she just uses her massive normals to poke the opponent to start a combo. She can shut down grounded approaches with her 2C and 5B moves. If you want to approach her in the air, she also has various specials and her 5B to stuff those out, with the 236 series of specials all being air unblockable. Mix this with her excellent walk speed, she can easily walk back and simply counter poke your pressure. This can make it feel impossible to get in on her. And if the Hime notices you are approaching and not committing to an attack to begin pressure, she can easily use that gap to start her own. But let's say your opponent doesn't want to deal with the normals at all and just commits to hard zoning. Luckily, Hime has tools to be able to force interaction here as well. Her 2-2A and her 2-2B gain you meter just for using them, while also acting as a move that covers dash in. Charged 6C and jump 236B apply a solid amount of chip damage. If the Hime player lands a jump 236C, this rewards Hime with a knockdown, which we'll talk about why that's so good later in the video. Hime also has the option to just sit back and charge meter. If the opponent doesn't have full screen pressure and is far enough away, this can be very difficult to punish. On top of all that, if Hime opens you up and begins comboing you while she's in max mode, she can easily enter Blood Heat to regain all of her red health, then use another arc drive to lock her opponent's meter for 10 seconds and reduce full and crescent moon characters' meter to 0. Once Hime has you blocking, she has a lot of tools to open you up, and is able to get a good reward off of almost any hit she lands. 5A and 2C are +2 on block, 5B, 2B, and max range 214A are even on block. These can be used as reset points and frame traps to catch someone trying to mash out of pressure. 214A can be used to teleport you backwards, creating more space, making it more difficult to punish her. While 214B can be punished on block, it also covers jump, dash, and backdash. Using it just enough for your opponent to be scared of this option might be worth the inherent risk of using it. If the Hime is looking to dump a bit of meter, 2-2C is a great non-committal move and gives you a free pressure reset. But you can also start having fun with some less safe stuff once you force your opponent to respect the pressure. But the part that makes Hime even scarier is, even if her opponent is able to safely block all of these, the pushback from all the blocks will result in the game returning to neutral, the space where Hime is the strongest. Once Hime has a knockdown, she has some fun tools to continue the damage. Assuming the opponent isn't in the corner, she has a 5-way mix-up the opponent will need to block if they don't want to take damage. She can do a same side overhead, cross up overhead, same side low, cross up low, or a landing low. Have fun blocking that. If the opponent is in the corner, the 5-way mix doesn't apply anymore since she's unable to get behind them, but this also means they won't be pushed back from projectiles. This opens up safer, regular, high-low mix-ups. If she uses Pillar on their wake-up, she can easily float out of the range of most reversal options, so she for sure knows she'll be able to establish pressure again on wake-up. Defense isn't Hime's strongest aspect of her kit. She has a lot of great tools. If she isn't in the corner, she can use back walk to gain space when the opponent is resetting their pressure. Her 2-8 is fairly slow, so it isn't something she can just relentlessly mash like some other characters can, but it still has good use in catching backdashes and dash-ins. It can also outrange most other 2As, making it sometimes the fastest option any of the players have at the current moment. If someone has Hime in the corner, she will most likely rely on shield counter to get out. This is one of her best ways to steal a turn. The move is gigantic and can lead into most basic combo routes. Because the option is so good though, opponents will commonly try to bait it out. If they try to instead open you up by the air, she has an air unblockable DP, it'll easily snuff out all air approaches. So that basically covers all of her macro options in theory. She is a force to be reckoned with, and absolutely demands you to learn her matchup if you want to stand a chance. So what do you think about Hime? Do you think she sounds fun? Maybe plan on picking her up? Does she sound like a character you want to avoid at all costs? Because I know I always dread whenever I see a Hime coming up in bracket, but let me know what you think down below. Any tips on how I could improve this video? Also, more than welcome. Alright, everyone have a good day.